We're live? All right. This is Chris Green, General Manager, Preston Chevy, and we've got Rob Childs here, Marketing Director for Preston Automotive, or Marketing Officer for Preston Automotive. And this is episode 1 of Chalk Talk.
Hey, this is Mark Andrews, and you're watching Chalk Talk.
We had a couple topics we're going to talk about today. First one actually being the Olympics that just ended.
Just came off the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Luckily, those did take place this summer. I know we were all really excited for it. And the really cool part about Maryland is the amount of Olympians that the state does produce. Obviously, everyone knows about Katie Ledecky as one of those individuals that just has stepped up consistently, and it's been amazing to watch. But a local talent, a local swimmer, right out of Bel Air, right in Preston Chevy's backyard.
Chase Callis,
amazing. So obviously his first gold medal, 400-meter individual medley this year, which is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, in Baltimore, we've always celebrated Michael Phelps and the amazing career that he had at the Olympics. But I think now it's time to give shout out to the guys that, we're watching him swim, making him their model, and truly looking to take their career to the next level. So big shout out to Chase for the gold medal that he won out straight out of Bel Air, right out of our backyard.
Then we've obviously got with the Summer Olympics going on, we've also got another summer sport, and a sport that Baltimore's definitely passionate about with the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. And so I think we should probably start with the past and maybe talk about Mr. Crush Davis.
Yeah, Crush obviously was there for that 2016 playoff run that we had. That everybody in Baltimore was bought into baseball at that point in time. Now obviously, since then, team hasn't performed as well as it has in the past, but Crush was definitely a large part of our success that year, and what he did, swinging the bat alone, chasing home runs. I mean, he's had a phenomenal career here in Baltimore. So, big shout out to Chris Davis and a happy retirement. I did see he took the old Bobby Bonilla method to retirement, so I can't blame him for that. But
yeah, no, absolutely. And as we talk about Chris, we look towards the future of the organization, and there are a lot of bright spots. I know right now it's a little tough to look at that record and feel good and about what the team's performing on the field at the moment, but I think Brandon Hyde and the GM definitely have a good game plan in place for the future organization. And so they've got the number 1 prospect in baseball, Adley Rutschman, catcher, and he's coming up the system really strong so far. So I think that'll be exciting to see come those days in Camden when he hits the field. Yeah,
I mean, he's already in AAA this year for us, and like you said, just a lot of young talent that we have coming up in the farm system. Obviously, our Aberdeen Ironbirds now are the single A affiliate for the Orioles, but with Double A, we have Grayson Rodriguez, who's absolutely crushing it right now. Pitcher, obviously, for us, and truly another upcoming talent. So to see him, him on the bump and then Adley behind the dish is going to make a huge difference, I think, especially when it comes to the wins that we're looking for. The only bright spot, obviously, that we can say even about the losses is incrementally year over year since Brandon Hyde has took over, the losses are coming down, and he's literally realigning our payroll and trying to build something for the future. So I think he's got a lot of great ideas. I think him and the front office are going to do great things in the years to come. And, just looking at the overall talent that we have in our farm system is really going to make a difference for us in the next 3 to 5 years. So.
Absolutely. And one of those people that want to be a part of that rebuild is Trey Mancini, someone our organization knows really well. He's been a partner with us now for 2 seasons. Tremendous guy, and obviously put on a heck of a performance at the Home Run Derby this year, so became more of a household name with that, which was really cool to see. So he's got a ton of fans here with Preston, but one thing that we're doing with him this season, and he's got his Trey Mancini Foundation. If you haven't looked it up, it's a tremendous organization that's definitely impacting our community in Baltimore, but he is donating a backpack to kids within the city. And one thing that we worked with him on this year is for every hit that he has, so far he has 109 hits, so we got a little hit countdown going on. So 109 hits, it's going to be 109 backpacks as of right now. So we'll tally that up at the end of the season, and Preston will be giving back with the Trey Mancini Foundation. So going to children in need, which is something, it's part of our core value, and it's also a big thing for him too. So really cool.
And I mean, just to touch on Trey Mancini himself, I mean, you're talking about a guy that in 2020 missed the season with colon cancer, came back in 2021, all-star, finished second in the home run derby to a guy that, I mean, absolutely put on a show to finish in first. And the things that he was still doing even in the community while he was battling colon cancer himself, I mean, just a phenomenal human being and, one of those guys that you want to keep around in Baltimore for the years to come. So, definitely excited that we're contributing to that, especially when it comes to the inner city and the kids there that actually want to go to school, need the backpacks, need the school supplies that he's to help donating. And it's definitely something that's awesome to be, to be part of. So
for sure. On the baseball topic, Field of Dreams just took place. Obviously, a tremendous movie, but it became a tremendous game.
So I played baseball for 17 years, and obviously watching all these baseball movies from the different aspects of the game, such as Moneyball, which is probably my favorite baseball movie. But Field of Dreams, everybody knows that movie. From the opening that they had with Kevin Costner walking out the cornfields, then the White Sox and the Yankees walking out the cornfields. The picture perfect ending to the game too. Tim Anderson, belting one, walk-off home run, 9-8 ball game, bottom 9. You can't ask for anything else to that truly, makes that game, makes that movie truly so much special to anybody that actually is a baseball fan. So they did say they're going to bring the game back there. Super excited about it. So it was definitely, as a kid that's seen this movie and an adult now watching it, you still get goosebumps watching the entrance to the game. So it's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think I saw best ratings in over a decade for Major League Baseball.
16 seasons. Yeah. It was the highest rated regular season game in 16 seasons.
Which is awesome. So that's a great thing for baseball.
Absolutely.
Obviously getting some youth and some attention to the sport. So as it's crazy to even think about this, but this past weekend we just had the Ravens kick.
Football season.
Yeah, it's football season. So we go from orange to purple here with the Ravens kicking off. They just had their first preseason, kicked it off at home. And we know it well. One, we're Ravens fans, but two, we sponsor a tailgate with Be More Around Town. Yep. So if you're in the area at all this season and you're going to a game at home, definitely check out Be More Around Town. They actually have away trips too. They're definitely a ton of fun.
They're going to West Virginia for the Terps game coming
There you go. Yeah, so they put on a great experience, and we're really happy to be a part of it this season. But Chris, let's talk about the first game. What are your thoughts?
Well, speaking of just the first game and it being a preseason opener, I heard it literally as the broadcast was going on, and I think it was Rod Woodson that actually pointed it out. John Harbaugh is 18-0 at home during the preseason, and all they kept talking about was him tarnishing this perfect preseason record at home. I'm like, okay, fair enough. That's actually a pretty incredible stat for as long as he's been here. So, but to touch on a few guys that really went and showed that they want to be here is Huntley. He had a phenomenal second half coming in after McSorley and truly put the team on his back for that final drive where we went ahead for I think it was like an 8-yard run to get him in the end zone. I mean, he's truly battling to be that number 2, and I mean he put up some decent number 1 numbers stat-wise that he could probably be a first-string starter on some of the teams that are actually quarterback hungry. So kudos to him. Justin Tucker kicked one field goal, but his understudy, and for some reason his name escapes me right now, but the kid knocked in a 42 and a 52-yard field goal, and there was nobody more ecstatic for him than Justin Tucker. I know one of the Ravens' philosophies is they build through the draft, just as the Orioles are trying to do, is build through the farm system, and they look for that younger and upcoming talent to truly make a championship run every year. So same thing. I mean, this kid might end up on the team as a second-string kicker, but if not, the Ravens are going to build through the draft with him. I mean, 2 years ago, I think he ended up going to Minnesota. I mean, they traded him for a 5th-round draft pick, and truly, a lot of young talent on the team. Obviously, we got Patrick Queen. He had a great game, recorded a sack and I think 5 tackles and maybe 2 series of play. First-round draft pick, 31st pick for us. Oh, I can try his name, but it's probably not going to work out well. But he did get half a sack, obviously, coming in the ball game. So a lot of bright spots there for those guys. And the defense played outstanding. I mean, from first string to the guys that are trying to make the team. I think they ended with 5 turnovers. truly holding, Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston silent almost the whole ball game. The one stat I thought was funny, and, it's not necessarily Baltimore sports related. Who's the most winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history?
Oh, Notre Dame history. How do you stump me?
Everybody would say Joe Montana. Right?
Yeah.
No, it is Lance Ball, the third-string quarterback for the
no
New Orleans
kidding.
Saints.
Oh, wow.
I literally heard that stat, and I was like, there's no way. And he won 30 games there over his career. So just something to share for the sports fans, obviously.
Yeah.
But Preston Chevy's hometown guy, Mark Andrews. Not a lot of play, obviously, in the first preseason game, but big things with him this year. And something that we're pairing with him with for JDRF, Junior Diabetes Research Foundation. Something, obviously, I've had it in my family. I do not have it, luckily enough. My sister has type 1. So something that kind of hits home with me and what he tries to do through that, and what we're going to do, not just as an organization, but me personally and a couple other people personally. $89 for every touchdown he scores in the regular season. Will be donated by me. We've got Dave and Peggy Wilson, Marshall Gable, and Preston Automotive. Obviously, when you and I had that conversation, I think it's going to be huge as a contribution to his foundation, and ties us in, obviously, to Purple, to the Ravens, to what Mark wants to leave a legacy with. So super excited about that as well. And next month, actually, Preston goes purple for the kickoff of the regular season.
We do. Yeah, 100%. And so, as Chris is alluding to, we do, the community is a core value for us, really important. And we, so with this donation that Chris personally is doing, and then also the store, really just transpired to a lot of people chipping in, which is really cool. And so, yeah, the $89 obviously tying into his jersey number is a nice touch. But I know Mark's excited for our support as well. But with that, we're kicking off into September. You were mentioning that, and Preston does go purple for substance abuse. It's something that we fully support on trying to end in all of our communities. But, Chris, what's wrapping up in August, and what do we have to look forward to maybe in the coming months out of Chevy?
So, obviously, Mark Andrews is driving a 2021 Chevy Badlander by his choice. He loves that truck, so we were definitely excited to help him with that and get him in the truck that he wanted. But as far as Chevy, obviously, the car everybody loves in Chevy is the Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette, the C8. I was lucky enough to go 2 weeks ago to the Find New Roads event that they had, and at the New Jersey Motor Speedway, and I got to take one around the track for 5 laps.
Wow.
That was fun. And then the cooler part about it was the hot lap that I got with a professional driver. So,
Did you eat before?
No. I mean, it started at 7 a.m., so from my house to Jersey, it was a 2.5-hour ride. I left early.
Yeah,
I did have coffee, though. But the hot lap itself, I'm thinking I'm, 103 miles an hour. I'm doing big things on this track, and this guy's got me up to 153 going through turns. I mean, definitely something that's a great experience and truly shows what Chevrolet did with that car. But they had a prior announcement about a couple days prior. Nobody's seen the car, the 2023 Z06. The car now goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. I don't know how you make it faster, but it'll be incredible to see what they actually do to the car. They actually had conversations with us about an electric Corvette. Curious to see. I think that'll be a little BMW crusher right there for the i8 that they produce right now, and the NSX I think now is going to a more electric platform. But we also have the electric Silverado. Not a lot of photos of the truck yet, not a lot of press on the truck, but it does have quad steer, and they did a little example for us about the turning radius that this truck will actually have, which is phenomenal because obviously everybody's biggest concern when they drive something that big is how does it do around corners? Can I get through a parking lot and things like that? And it was truly neat, and they kind of pioneered that and started it with, everybody's seen the commercial probably for the Hummer, where they crab walk it, but same thing, just a phenomenal technology there. And the Bolt EUV, which actually just at our showroom the other day, has intelligent cruise. I mean, the car literally is programmed with certain roads throughout the United States that will drive itself, hands-free. We got a little bit of a preview of that, obviously, in New Jersey. They put us on the highway. You put it in the mode and just let go. For me, that was difficult, but, letting go and just letting the car do its thing. It was actually very cool to see it do it, and super excited about that. Chevrolet obviously still fulfilling as many needs as they can, but the bigger two that we have as a mover and groover right now is the new Tahoe and Suburban, redesigned for 2021. The motor, though, is what everybody wants. It's the inline 6-cylinder Duramax diesel. I actually own one, and we went on vacation to Myrtle Beach. Driving from Baltimore to Myrtle Beach, you're going to stop for gas technically. We got that in an hour and a half a tank. We were literally able to do a round trip if needed. I mean, obviously we drove while we were down there on a full tank of fuel in a Suburban. So we got upwards of 29 miles to the gallon as we were driving on the highway on a full size.
And a fully loaded, probably going to vacation. No,
I didn't go for fully loaded. I actually went through the RST.
Storage wise, I'm saying you probably packed to the.
The truck was fully loaded, no question.
Yeah.
But what Chevy did is they did it in a couple trim levels for us too. When you want the diesel, you can go LT, RST, Premier, and High Country. RST has been our most popular seller. People aren't going for the goodies and the gadgets that come typically in the High Country or the Premier, because the only thing that the RST technically in my eyes misses is an air ride and cooled seats.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the truck was fully loaded. I mean, she packed a lot.
Nice.
To say
That's
the least.
cool.
So, but a lot of good stuff coming from Chevrolet. Looking to obviously follow suit with everybody else and take a lot more electric route to a lot of their vehicles, and it'll be curious and interesting to see how they take that approach. Obviously, we have the Bolt EUV, and then the all-electric Silverado coming out, so super excited about that. Yeah,
and you've got over 100 pre-owned vehicles on the property right now, which is pretty awesome to see. So obviously on the new front, tons of really good stuff going on right now for Chevy this month. But definitely have a pre-owned kind of clearance going on right now. I've seen some of your pricing; it's crazy.
We definitely are aggressive in our pre-owned pricing and truly looking to help people that want. We have some late model trucks where people traded up and traded into a new Chevrolet. So I mean, if you want to upgrade, there's no better time than now.
Yeah,
no question about it. So
absolutely. Well, cool. Well, this is episode one.
Yeah,
this has been awesome, Chris. Looking forward to all the episodes to come, and we've got plenty of Ravens content probably around the corner as the season kicks off, and we'll definitely highlight a lot of the high school and local sports as well. Got some amazing teams in the local community that we want to cover, and some of those good stories too. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in.